the mayor cannot join us. His schedule has just become impossible. And he really regrets not being here with you. But I wanted to, in closing, read to you something that he said a number of years ago in Copenhagen at that great conference on climate change that took place in Copenhagen, where he saw that cities were way ahead of countries. And when I spoke, I talked about how we learned from Bogota, Colombia, and Ciclovia, and we learned lots of other things from cities around the world. But in his remarks, the mayor recognized, I think, the importance of interdependence and how, as your book says, Ben, cities can change the world. So I just wanted to read you a couple of lines from that speech and leave you with these last words from our mayor. Okay, great. Earlier this year, Los Angeles launched the largest LED street lighting retrofit program in the world. We are retrofitting more than 140,000 street lights to LED. This will reduce carbon emissions by more than 40,000 tons each year. That's the equivalent of taking 6,700 cars off of the road. And our energy use will be cut by 40%, saving $10 million each year. Imagine this: if all cities around the world were to implement a similar program, we could save 80 trillion watt hours per year in energy use. And more importantly, we could reduce 40 million tons of carbon each year. As you all know, cities are on the front lines of the battle against climate change. With more than half of the world's population living in urban areas, any real solution must begin where people live. And they must begin with our cities. So thank you all for being here. I know you want to probably say some concluding remarks, Ben, but on behalf of the mayor, it's been a great honor to host you during these 3 days. We have seen, listening to the students from the Robert F. Kennedy Community Schools, you are some of the most dynamic people on our panels. You are our future leaders. You have turned that site of great tragedy into a site of great hope. Thank you for the future leaders that you are going to be. We feel very blessed, especially to have you in our midst. And to Liz Levitt, last night we were treated to magnificent performances at the Levitt Pavilion in MacArthur Park. And we saw a place where today the world comes together because of culture, because of music. A park that was previously shut down, really, to residents of the neighborhood now has thousands of resident neighbors listening to culture, enjoying music because of one great philanthropic vision. So thank you, Liz, for the culture that you brought to that park and for reminding us of how culture brings us all together, how important it is in bringing us together. So we look forward to participating next year, wherever the ceremony is going to be held. And again, thank you all for participating in our city. This has been a wonderful celebration for a very, very important, critical cause. Thank you.